Hi, Mike Kennedy. We're continuing on with our little series about making your own MREs. First, I want to mention this. I originally started using this product to make cranberry bread with cranberry orange bread. Basically, you take a raisin bread recipe, you substitute the cranberries, you take out the cinnamon, and you put in a zest of let's say a large orange, and that makes a really nice cranberry orange bread. So what's different about these compared to say like raisins is these are sweetened, so they've actually put in an amount of sugar before they're dried or after they're dried. I'm not quite sure how they do it, but they're saying here that this contains about 9 servings per container. So a third of a cup, or 40 grams, will give you 130 calories, 2 grams of dietary fiber. It includes 27 grams of added sugar, which is quite a bit, no protein. So basically you're talking about something here that has that's is a fruit, and it doesn't actually have much in it other than calories, but as far as what's listed. But they're very flavorful, they're very good. You can put them with other things. But, they kind of look flat and smushed. But they have a lot of flavor to them. They're sweet. You could put these with any mix that you have of nuts and things like that, which will make a really good flavor for a trail bite or trail food. We were talking about trying to add some vegetable matter as opposed to just doing, we were finding that there seem to be a lot more products in the canned meat or department, like like this sort of thing. We tried. I was really surprised that I really liked this. Polar Kibbered Snacks, naturally smoked boneless fillet of herring. It's kind of a milder flavor than I thought it was going to be. But, so in the quest to add fruit, we could add the dried cranberries. Then a viewer sent me this. Here we have freeze-dried. They're saying gluten-free. Of course, it's a fruit, so there wouldn't be any gluten in it. But I suppose it's good that they warn you. Non-GMO. This is 20 grams. Let's look on the back. Serving size is 1 whole package. 70 calories only. 3 grams of fiber. 13 grams of sugar. It's got a minuscule amount of vitamin D1. No, vitamin D, a very small amount. Let's try these out. I haven't tried these out yet. The advantage to dehydrated food is that unlike dried, if we had some dried vegetable matter, you're not going to try to reconstitute cranberries probably. These will reconstitute much, much quicker than a dehydrated item. And what you'll find, these taste really good. And I've noticed this with apples too, that if you go especially the freeze-dried, it happens to some extent with dehydrated too, the fruit, it becomes much sweeter because the sugar in there is concentrated to a smaller area. That is really good. Really strong peach flavor. So natural. Peach freeze-dried slices. A special way to snack. keep sealed, and store in a cool place. I was surprised that this kind of has a date code on it that I can't decipher. In other words, this package of cranberries good till November 4th, 2020. So we've got under a year there. There's some more that I just bought to continue with. This is just a day later, November 5th, 2020. So this is not an extremely long time. And of course, these are best used by dates too. Typically, some of these dehydrated foods can last for a decade or even 2 or 3 sometimes. But once you open them, you generally have to eat them or seal them up in another container, because what will happen is they will absorb moisture from the air. But if it's been dehydrated properly or freeze-dried, you'll notice that it will really snap like a cracker would, and it doesn't have a lot of bend in it. So usually that's the test for if you've removed a sufficient amount of water from them to allow them to be stored long term. Of course, the advantage also to this is a lot of foods are they can be like 90% water. So by the time you remove the water from them, you have a very light package of things. I would guess by the looks of this, I would think there has to be at least 1 or 2 whole peaches in here. So there we go. Peaches. Then you remember all your things like dried cranberries, dried raisins. They're the most economical. You look at things like dried blueberries and the price goes through the roof when you do that. They tend to cost quite a bit. But the raisins and then the cranberries seem to be pretty inexpensive. But like I say, you're going to have to watch the expiration date on them. So there we go. Throw some fruit into your meal ready to eat, and you'll be happier and healthier. Bye.